Hello, hello, hello. Hey, y'all. This is Nickquolette Barrett. I am here. I am so excited to be with you all. It is cold here in Dallas, Texas, everywhere. I am getting all set up. Glad to be with you all. So I'm a little bit more comfortable today. And I have on my favorite sweatshirt. Let me take this down so y'all can see this sweatshirt. Hi. Okay, it says Barcelona. This is my dream is to go to Barcelona, Spain. Yes, so I want you all to join me in prayer and send me good vibes so I can get there. Hopefully sometime next year. That's what I'm planning on going. Woo woo. All right, so I am looking to chat, see who's with me today. Say hello, hello, hello while we wait for a couple of people to show up. And I always love when you all share the broadcast with your audience so we can have more come on. And there is my girl, Nairobi. Hi, Nairobi. How are you? And there's my girl, Stacy. How are you, my sister? So glad to have you on as well. And I'm going to get you on with my I think I told y'all I was really, really sick. So I'm like a little bit behind in all the things I'm supposed to do. So I'm going to get you scheduled on one of my shows so we can talk about your book. So I'm excited that you are here with me today. And let me see. All right, just go through here real quick. All right, I'm excited to talk to you all about today's topic because we are actually ending the series for the month, which is Mindset for High Achievers. And so I'm excited to talk to you about this topic, which is something that I'm sure a lot of us actually talk about or think about at one time or another. Oh yes, when I say Stacy, I was ill. I mean, I think it's going around everywhere. So many people have been ill. I had a head cold and sinus cold all in one. Just could not break the fever. So I was down for almost 2 weeks. I think it was close to 2 weeks or after that, but it was not good. So I feel a whole lot better. And now I'm in playing catch up mode. You know how that goes. It's like you couldn't do anything. So yes, thank you for saying that. I am excited that I feel better and I can actually do the things I need to do. But I'm a little bit behind. So watch out for that, Stacy. Okay, I got you, sister. All right, let me see real quick over to my videos. I'm going to go ahead and do my opening video and then I will come right back. Let me see. Where is it? Look, I got to find it. There's so many great ones in here. Here we go. I'll be back. Hello and welcome to another episode of iRock TV. I am always honored to have you join me to level up your career, whether you're in the market for a new one or just want to improve the one that you have already. So therefore, if this is your first time joining me, hi, I'm Nickquolette Barrett, also known as the Get Higher Strategist. And I help the unemployed, underemployed, and the unhappily employed land the job of their dreams and create a career that rocks. And it doesn't stop there. I also help them to keep the job. And on this show, I help transform the job applicant into a job candidate so you can hear the words "you're hired." And to make sure that you keep that job, I give you advice and career advice, tips, and everything so that you can advance in your career as well. So like I said, the theme for this month is all about mindset for high achievers. And today's topic is 5 ways to decide if it's time to make a career change. Now, I know a lot of times you all probably have thought about it. Should I go? Should I stay? What should I do? It's not just a career. Maybe it's something that you want to go try at another organization. So what are some of the things that you should be thinking about if you're going to make that career change? And so therefore, I'm going to go over some tips on that. And let me go here real quick. And I want to talk about these. So one of the things I really want you to think about is assess your interests. If you're thinking about making a career change, think about what you're doing today. Now, one of the things that I realized when I first got out of college, I just needed a job. I just needed something to pay my student loans and actually to take care of myself. So I wasn't really thinking about career journey or anything like that. I was like, I wonder who's going to hire me to give me money on a steady basis so I can pay my bills. Plain and simple. So that kind of mentality as a young woman coming out of college, I really wanted to think about longevity and creating a career. I only thought job. So I didn't really assess my interests or anything that I really wanted to do. My main focus was basically taking care of myself. And I know many of you all can identify with that. Yes, the college did talk about careers and all that kind of stuff. We had career fairs and all these things, but all my focus is earning a living and being able to move out of my mom's home. So that's what I wanted to do. So I want you to think about now that you have beyond, you're probably beyond that, or if you're not, if you are in college and or you graduate and you're just in your first job, assess your actual interest, because I see when you're assessing your interest, you're more than likely to stay at an organization and also grow rapidly in that position because you're interested in it. So assess your interest, and there's plenty of free assessments out on the internet where you can do that. Assess where are your strengths, where are some of the things that lie in your interest. You may be surprised that some things may even come up that you never even thought about. And then you can say, I want to look for an opportunity like that. You all have probably heard me talk about how to create your own job description. And that means things that you really are in. And if you assess your interests, you can create a job description for yourself and then look for jobs or opportunities that fit that mode. Now, I'm not going to say that you're going to find it 100%, but if it aligns with the majority of things that you're interested in, you're probably going to be much happier in that opportunity than in any other opportunity. So think about what it is that you really want to do. Assess your interests. Take an actual assessment, or if you don't want to take time to do that, go ahead and just jot down what do you like. Get some tea and get some quiet music, get your little comfortable pillow or what is called a blankie, and sit in the chair and just really start journaling out or jotting down on a legal pad. What do you like to do? So assess it and then start to craft an actual job description that will match that. So therefore you can start looking for that opportunity. Okay. Then you want to go ahead and evaluate your skills. Now, if you have a lot of interest, but you know what, you don't necessarily have the skill set, the training, or the background, okay, there's opportunity to learn that too. There's plenty of online opportunities education-wise. I always talk about the community colleges. I love the community colleges because that's where you can get certified in different things or take a adult education type of course in the area that you're interested in. And before you know it, you'll have the skill set, the training, the background to say, I can do this job. And another way you can do it is when you're assessing your skills, and if you need hands-on, think about doing something on the side. I spoke to a recent client. We were updating his resume. He never touches his resume. He always comes to me to update anything. And so he said, you know what, Nick, I want to do something different. And so he was explaining to me what he wanted to do. And I said, well, that's a great thing, but that's a total shift from where you are now. And I said, if you're willing to take a step down and then start at the entry level, then that's fine, because you got to think about the cost of that. And I said, but if you don't want to step out of your role or in that or out of your opportunity and start over from scratch and at the bottom as an entry level, not making as much money, then you can do that. I said, so before I even begin to update the resume, you got to tell me what you really want to do. And he said, no, I don't want to do that. He didn't want to give up the financial security that he had. But I said, what you could do then is start on the side and start learning the opportunity, because there's part-time out there as well, and then increase your knowledge in that area, your skill set in that area, so that you can actually couple it with all your other experience, so you don't have to, so you can at least skip over the entry level. So he loved that advice. He said, yes, I'm just going to go ahead and do it on the side so I can really learn it. So yeah, sometimes you just have to assess your skills and think about, how do I get those skills? And it could be through a college. It could be even YouTube. I always say YouTube University is where I learned a whole lot of stuff, even knowing how to code different things on my website. So when there's a need, I will find a way. Or you can go LinkedIn Learning. There's lots of opportunities out there as well. and also the community college. And hey, you may even find some different things that goes on education wise in the organization that you work for. Like the organization I work for, we have this program called Degreed. We can go out there and learn different skills all for free in order to enhance our skill set. And I keep saying I'm gonna learn Excel. I'm gonna get on there and do it one day. But anyway, I do have it on my learning path so I can actually learn Excel because I have fallen in love with Excel and I need to really hone my skills on it. But there's opportunities probably within your organization where you can learn another skill set. So think about evaluating your skills. What do you need and how you can fill that gap if you're considering a career change. So that would be my number 2 tip for that. Then number 3, I want you to go ahead and analyze your current role. What in your actual role you do like? And what are some things that you do not like? Then you can ask yourself, well, if I'm in this role, are there different projects that I can do that would give me the skills and the exposure so that I can do something else? You may even be able to create a project based on a need within your role to help push your department forward, your team that you're working with or for or under forward. So when you're assessing what's actually in your current role, you will be surprised that you could pull forward some of those skills. Or if you have some hidden skills, you can create something where you can enhance that skill. Because a lot of times under the title, although we have the title of that job, you end up doing so many more things. And that's when I tell a lot of my clients, I see your resume, you give me a resume with just your job description in there, but I'm sure you do other things outside of that job description because roles evolve based on the needs of the actual organization, right? So that's why I need the additional information. The job description is nice because I can get a general idea of what you were hired to do, but I really want to know what you actually did. And you will be surprised when you actually analyze your current role. You may be doing some of those things, but you want to bring them to the forefront so that you can assess whether or not this is the type of role that I want to be in, or can I make it something else? And asking my leadership to say, you know what, I'm in this role. I want to do something a little bit different. I'm interested. Can I do this? Or you may start having those conversations to say, you know, it's time for me to have another role. What do I need to do to get prepared for that? So that's what I want you to think about. How do I analyze my role and what is it in that role that piques my interest or may not? And maybe it's an opportunity for me to say, yeah, it's time for a career change, because you don't want to show up every day to a job day in and day out and not be fulfilled. So if analyze where you are and think about what your next steps are. Then I want you to look at your financial situation. I guess I should have saved that story about my client. But yes, look at your financial situation. You may be in a position where the finances your finances are settled, and it's not about the finances. You really want to do something that you feel good about. Say, for example, you are in corporate America, and the salaries are very different than going into a profit, but your heart is there for the nonprofit, and that's where you get fulfilled. So if your financial situation is solid, evaluate what would happen if you take a pay cut to do something different and follow your heart, because you really want to make that career change. And if it's not in the cards today, it doesn't mean that it's never going to be in the cards. Take the opportunity to start thinking about, what do I need to eliminate from my life so I can reduce it financially? So if I do take this nonprofit opportunity that pays a little bit less, how can I make sure my lifestyle is centered around that? So I want you to really think about that. Sometimes we just have to say, you know what? No, I don't need all these things. Let me evaluate my finances, put everything down, and how do you reduce those or eliminate those so that you can do a job that makes your heart happy? And sometimes it just may mean reducing down your home. It may mean reducing down to a car that's not so expensive, or even making sure that you wear all the clothes in your closet, not having to buy any more clothes. So those decisions can be made, and you will be surprised what you will come up with when you assess your actual financial situation when you're deciding to make a career change. And it may not be today, but maybe it's something in the future. So it is possible. So take a look at your financial situation and then determine, is this something I really want to do? Can I afford it? Can I reduce down what I'm doing? Because I really want to do this other career. So just a tip of other things that you can do. And then I always talk about increasing your network, because I truly believe your network equates your net worth. So therefore, when you're around different people, you never know who knows who that has an opportunity that may suit you. So you want to talk to your network, reach out to your network, and stay in contact with them. And then think about, okay, well, in what ways can I serve them so that they see me and they see what I'm doing, and then they can serve me back? Because if their ears are open for an opportunity that I'm interested in, they can let me know. That can be internal at the company or external at the company. I mean, so look at it both ways, not just sometimes that you just want to leave the organization, but what can you do internally? So grow your network, and don't just network from a perspective of it's all about I, me, and my, but think about, how do I network to make sure I'm giving back as well? So increase your network, look for those different persons. And when you meet one person, spread and meet their persons, because the more you're networking, all of those different people will spread out. And if you stay in contact with them, they will have their ears and eyes open for opportunity that will suit you, because you verbalized it and told them what you're looking for. And of course, on LinkedIn, I'm a LinkedIn girl. Go out to LinkedIn and look for opportunities to connect with other people, especially for your interest, because they may list some opportunities that are open that you may be interested in. And also with those groups, you may connect with those groups to learn about different trainings that they offer. For example, if you are in project management, or you want to get in project management, you haven't taken your PMI or anything like that as of yet, join a group on LinkedIn that are solely just for project managers. Same for insurance professionals, same for marketing professionals, and even speakers and coaches. There are all types of groups out there where you can make that connection with like-minded people for the opportunity that you're interested in. And then when you make those connections, your network will grow. They will get to know you, and then they will be able to look out for opportunities for you so you can make that career change. So don't just jump out there and just say, I'm just going to do it. Really think through, what does this mean? How is this going to affect me financially, my family, my surroundings, or what have you? And make a strategic plan to get there. And if you need help, yes, I'm able to help you to create that strategic plan so that you can implement it and get to where you want. Because I want you to be happy. And even employed, land the job of your dreams. And I want you to be the opposite of that. I want you to be employed. I want you to be right size employed. And I want you to be happy as well, because the opportunities are out there. I mean, we're just a little pig in this big old wild world, and there's plenty of opportunities for you out there. So you just have to be strategic about how you're going to do it, because I don't want you to jump from one job to the next job, and then you're still not sure if this is the right move for you. So it takes a lot of serious thought, a lot of serious planning, and a lot of serious strategy to get you where you want to go. So that's what I wanted to share with you on today, the 5 things that you need so that you can evaluate if it's time for you to make a career change. And after you go through that, you may end up saying, you know what? No, I think I'm doing okay. But at least I've taken a look at it to see where I am today, where I could go, and gives me some kind of guidance on what I need to do. All right. So, and I also want to make sure I tell you all, we had an awesome I Hustle 4-week intensive. All of my class, they graduated, they finished the 4-week intensive, and they are ready to launch and move forward with their side hustles. And if you all don't know what I'm talking about, back in December, I promoted the I Hustle 4-week intensive, where I took a class, my very first cohort. Every Saturday, we met from 9 a.m. until 11 o'clock a.m., sometimes until 11:30, depending on the day. And it was Central Standard Time, where we talked through everything from setup to financials to LLCs to systems to everything. So they can be able to graduate and then launch their side hustle. And it went so well that I'm going to do another one in April. So go out to my website, iRockResumes.com/I hustle, the letter I and hustle. And then you can go ahead and sign up for the next cohort. It was awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm excited about it. And if you're interested to, and I always said, even with last week, if you all saw me on Orlando Haynes Career Podcast or Career Talk Podcast, I talked about why every career professional needs a side hustle. I'm not going to rehash the information that we talked about last week, but I want to invite you to go and take a look at that episode and learn about that as well, because you may never know that when you do that side hustle, that may be your future career change. So go out there and take a listen to that as well. And the feedback from that show has already been very positive. And as always, my shows are always sponsored, and this particular show is sponsored by the job landing packages. So if you're deciding to make that career change, guess what you're going to need? You're going to need an updated resume. You're going to need an updated LinkedIn profile, career, a cover letter, everything. And if you don't know exactly how to proceed in changing your career, I do the career coaching. So we could sit down and do a blueprint strategy and map out what you need to do and how you need to do it. All right. So go to my website and look up the executive coaching and sign up for that so we can make sure that you are happy on your next role. All right. Let me see what else I got here. Oh, gosh, I cannot believe we are going to be in February just on Wednesday. So I'm going to have a whole new theme for the month of February. Let me see if I actually have it here and I can tell you all really quickly, because one of the things I do, let me see, is I created my whole calendar for the year, y'all. Can y'all believe that? Yes, I did. I'm like, I am not going to keep rehashing the wheel. I'm going to do this right now. Let me see. I thought I had it handy. I don't see it. Social media calendar. I don't think I have it right here, but I will make sure that it is out on what I'm going to be talking about for the month of February. All right, so let me see. Any questions out there? Any additional comments or anything like that? Let me take a look out here. Let's see. Yeah, so true. Yeah, so true. I've never done this, but at the stage, how can I transition? I've been in HR for over 20 years, but never advanced because I was just working it as a job. I love teaching. Oh, that's excellent. You know what, Stacy? That is so true, because one of the things I did on my recent newsletter, I spoke about the fact that one of the mistakes that I made in my my journey actually my career, is that I didn't move fast enough. You know, I'm coming from that generation where, you know, you get a job and you stick with that job. You know, you have your parents, your mom. So no, you get that job, you stick with that job. But had I moved and did other things, I would have been able to do some of the things that I really, really love, which is what I'm doing right now, which is a coaching and training and everything. So what I would recommend, Stacey, is say, okay, if I've been in this role and I have all this experience, write out your job description on what you really want to do. And when you do that, then you start looking for opportunities just like that. And because you're doing training, there's a great way to do it, because now everybody's online. So they're looking for people who are skilled with your talent to be able to do that. And if you decide to do it on the side, you can start training and doing all of that as well under another guise. And I'm thinking about compliance, because one of the things that I taught in my 4-week hustle class is how to do it where you're still in compliance with your organization. That's what I teach in that class, okay? But if you love teaching, there's a way to do that. Even if you can go to maybe a junior college and start off on the side, that would be great. One of my friends did that. She became a part-time professor, and she was making $500 per class. I'm like, what? How can I sign up for that? So she did it. She had her master's, and I can't remember, I think she was teaching business or something, but she did it on the side in addition to her 9-to-5. So that was some great cash to go and teach not freshmen, I guess, undergrads, if you have that master. So think about that as well. So that's a great question. Let me see what else I got. I have a person said this is going to say, oh, great. Let me see. Good points. And then I got Miss Maria. Hi. I'm so glad you joined me. Yay. So glad that you're with me on today, Miss Maria. So glad. Okay, let me see. But yes, definitely think about all of those things so you can make sure that you are ready. Let me see. I have somebody else. Oh, okay. Uh, okay. Oh, I was never interested in obtaining a PHR or the SPHR. I've been okay with being a generalist. Managers ask me why I've never been a manager. I'm 54. That's too much stress. Girl, you cracking me up because I know, but I would definitely take your advice. Well, thank you so much for doing that because yes, we're the same age, Stacy. And one of the things that there was opportunities to go to the next level, and I did pull myself off the promotability list because I was really working on iRock, but that's been almost 9 years ago now. But then I get to the point, I'm like, oh my gosh, leading other people is stressful, and I have tried to leave leadership a couple of times, and and then the leaders will say, you need to stay right here, so I would not get the job out of leadership because they keep telling me I need to stay in leadership. So, and it's interesting when you're trying to get out because yes, I do love my people. I do coach and help them as well. Do all of that, but it's like no, you're really better suited for leadership. I'm like okay, but I wanted to get out because I wanted to really grow my baby even more so. So that's going to have to wait until I retire. So I'm with you, but yes, draw up that, look at opportunities to teach on the side, and maybe you can start doing something on the side as well. But again, it's a way to go around that. And I work with a coach during this 4-week intensive, and we talk through some ways we in our sessions that we do. I don't just teach. It's not just me talking here. I give you intensive work, so you're going to work and get this stuff done because by the time you leave me in that course, you have your whole plan on what you need to do to be successful. So we talk through everything on how to make sure you're compliant, doing the things that you love, but also maintaining your 9 to 5. So there's so many different ways strategically that you could do that, Stacy. So that's a great question. And who is this? Hi, Miss Nicole. Hi. Oh, thank you so much, girl. Woo! Virtual hugs. Like when you've been doing this type of stuff for almost 29 years, and with 23 years in leadership, yeah, that's it. It's a lot of this knowledge that's in my head. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I can't keep it all this in my head. I got to get it out. So thank you so much for saying that. I love what I do, and I love helping you all as well. Thank you so much, Nicole. All right. Any other questions out there? I want to just make sure I don't miss anybody. But again, share this episode with your audience so that more people can join and watch the videos. And of course, join LinkedIn, or not LinkedIn, join me on YouTube, I'm trying to say. Subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified when I am live. And if you have not signed up for my email list, please make sure you go to the website to do that as well, because I send out a weekly, this is something new I've been doing this year, a weekly email called the iRock editorial. You get it? Editorial. Because I'm a resume writer. I know corny. Anyway, I do that as well. So I send that out, and I make sure you all know what the updates are going on in iRock. And I also share these videos as well, so you can continue your growth as you continue to advance in your career. All right. Well, I appreciate you all joining me as always. Let me make sure I double check everything. And let me take a look. Yep, I got everything. Okay. And so until next time, remember that the intersection between financial security and career success is discovering what you love to do. And then you have to find somebody to pay you for it, and you can do that. And I can help you do that as well. So make sure you book your discovery call with me today, iRockResumes.com/contact us, and let's get on a call and let's chat about your future. Again, thank you so much. And I can't wait to see you all next time. Bye.